Well, good day, smart traders. I trust each and every one of you are ready for another profitable day within the market. Let's kick things off by having a look at today's economic calendar.
Today's economic calendar is off to a strong start, with the release of key reports that are expected to impact the markets. In the US session this afternoon, we'll see the Canadian inflation report, which is likely to introduce volatility. Additionally, the CB Consumer Confidence Report from the US will be released, ending the day on a high note. Also, make sure to stick around till the end, as we'll be sharing our technical analysis on foreign currencies, indices, and commodities.
Let's move on by having a look at what's making headlines within the financial markets today.
In currency news, the US dollar has depreciated but remains near its recent one-week peak. The possibility of prolonged monetary tightening trend, which could adversely affect global growth rates, has contributed to this trend. The recent turmoil in Russia has also increased risk aversion. While the dollar rose against the ruble, it pulled back from the earlier 15-month high. Meanwhile, the Japanese yen saw modest gains against the greenback following comments from the country's top currency diplomat. The leader of the Wagner mercenary group, whose recent mutiny posed a potential threat to Russian President Vladimir Putin's rule, clarified that he had never intended to overthrow the government. Moving on to digital currency. Ethereum is currently struggling to surpass the 1,920 resistance against the US dollar. It is at a risk of decline towards the 1,790 support level. Ethereum faces a significant hurdle around that 1,920 resistance. If the bulls manage to push Ethereum above the 1,930 zone, it could gain bullish momentum with the next resistance near $2,000. Now let's shift our attention to what's making headlines on Wall Street. The stock market is experiencing mixed momentum as traders assess the potential for further market advancements. The Dow Jones Industrial Average secured a modest gain of just 5 points, while the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq each saw a 0.1% decline. Tesla shares slipped approximately 2% after being downgraded by Goldman Sachs, despite having doubled in value so far this year. Turning to commodities, the natural gas market continues to exhibit bullish momentum, nearing the key $3 mark. Warmer temperatures expected this summer in various parts of the United States, coupled with revised near-term forecasts, have contributed to this upward trend. The recent heatwave in southern states are projected to increase temperatures across the lower 48 states in the coming weeks, have fueled the surge in natural gas. Oil prices experienced slight gains in choppy trading yesterday, as traders balanced concerns about global demand growth against potential supply disruptions caused by political instability in Russia. And finally, let's touch on bullion. Gold prices have inched up as the dollar weakened ahead of key inflation data, which could influence the decision of the major central banks in the coming weeks. Most central banks are preparing for higher interest rates. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for, our technical analysis. We'll begin with Euro JPY, followed by the S&P 500, and finally, crude oil and gold. Please note that these scenarios are subject to market conditions and should be used alongside other indicators and analysis tools. Exercise caution and conduct thorough research before making any trading decisions. Starting with Euro JPY. This currency pair is currently trading near all-time highs within a primary resistance level. A breakout and a close above 157 could propel this pair even higher, potentially reaching 160. Conversely, a break and a close below 156.3 could trigger a correction back down to 155. Shifting our focus to the S&P 500. The US 500 is currently trading within a primary support zone. If the zone holds and we see a close above 4360, it could indicate a potential return of bullish momentum, pushing the market up to 4420. On the other hand, a break and a close below 4328 might trigger a decline back down to 4295. Now let's analyze crude oil. WTI is still trading above a primary support zone. If we observe a close above 70.2, it could potentially signal a bullish charge, propelling the commodity up to 72.7. And finally, looking at gold. The yellow metal is currently under significant pressure just below a primary resistance level. Before considering new long positions, it would be ideal to see a close above 1940. Conversely, a break and a close below 1921 could trigger a decline to lower levels.
So that is it from us here at Smart Online Trader. Should you be interested in any additional services that we offer, kindly get in touch with us or simply click on one of the links in the description below. As always, may the force be with you. Cheers.